You're losing money because you're entering trades without understanding momentum. The market gives you a signal, you take it, and 2 hours later, you're stopped out again. That's costing you money. And it's not the indicator's fault, it's yours. Here's the proof of concept. I'm gonna show you how to filter out 70% of the noise that's bleeding your account right now. Most traders slap an indicator on the TradingView chart, see a buy signal, and click. No context, no trend awareness, no understanding of whether the market even has the energy to follow through. That's not trading, that's gambling in the financial markets. This scalping pullback tool shows you a price channel, some moving averages, fractals, and colored candles. It's a decent system. But if you're using it the way retails does, you're walking straight into a stop loss hunting every single session. Here's the deal. You think the indicator is broken because it keeps giving you losing trades. The indicator isn't broken. You're using it inside the noise. You're taking counter trend signals. You're ignoring momentum. You're trading ranges like they're trends. And that's why your account looks the way it does. I'm gonna fix that in the next few minutes. You can either follow every step or you can close this and go hunt for the next magic indicator on TradingView. Your choice. But that second option is just the same losing loop with a different name. Alright, back to the strategy. The first thing we do is unclutter the chart. Open the indicator settings, set the high-low pack channel length to 100. Disable the fast EMA, enable the medium and slow EMA. Disable the fractals. Disable the signal options. And disable the trend background color. What you're left with is clarity. One clean price channel, two moving averages. That's it. No clutter, no confusion. Just a structure the market is actually respecting. So what are we looking at on this gold 15-minute time frame? A 600 EMA, a 200 EMA, and a price action channel, the pack. These aren't random numbers. The 200 filters out the short-term noise that traps amateur traders. The 600 gives you the institutional reference point, and the pack shows you the boundary of normal price behavior. When price is inside that channel, the market is in an equilibrium. When it breaks out, momentum is shifting. That's the logic, not magic, logic. Now let's talk about the trend. In an uptrend, price is trading above both the 200 and the 600. The market is making higher highs. Buyers are in control. Liquidity is following upward. In a downtrend, prices below both lines. Sellers are in control. The market is making lower lows. Bearish momentum is dominant. This isn't complicated, but most traders ignore it. They see a green candle on a downtrend and think it's reversal. It's not. It's pullback inside a larger bearish structure, and that's where retail gets trapped. You might be thinking, alright, now I know the trend direction. I'll just trade every color candle in that direction and make money. Simple, not quiet. You also need price action confirmation. You need to enter precisely when there's enough momentum in the market to follow through. Without that, you're just guessing, and guessing is what leads to account blowouts. Here's what matters. Trading rules. Gold 15-minute chart. Price is below 200 and there's 600. The trend is down. So we only look for short trade opportunities. No long trades, none. I don't care if you see a bullish candle. I don't care if the indicator turns green. If the trend is down, we trade down, period. So how do we trade? We look for high potential momentum. Look at it like this. Price pull back above the pack, but it is still in a downtrend. That pullback is retail hope at weak hands trying to catch a reversal. We're not interested in the pullback itself. We're interested in what happens after. Find the most recent support level. That's the most recent swing low before the pullback. If price has the potential to come back below that pack and also breaks below the support level, you've got high potential bearish momentum. That's the setup. But before you enter, take a look at the price action. Notice how we escape all ranging market situation by simply waiting for the market to show a high potential momentum. We didn't trade the chop. We didn't trade the false breakout. We waited. Doing nothing is what keeps your account alive. The breakout candle below support is your short trigger. That's the one candle close that validates this entire move. If you pass that, you're just gambling. Now comes the risk management plan. First, never risk more than 1% of your capital per trade. I don't care how confident you are, and I don't care how perfect the setup looks. 1%, that's the rule. Second, always set a stop loss. Your stop loss goes at the recent swing high or just above the EMA lines, whichever gives you a logical invalidation point. If price comes back above that level, the setup is dead. You're out. No hoping, no waiting. Out. Your take profit is 1.5 to 2 times your risk. If you're risking 20 pips, you're targeting 30 or 40 pips. That's how you stay profitable when you're only right 50% of the time. The math works because your winners are bigger than your losers. That's professional trading, not YouTube hype. Math. The truth is, this works in reverse for long trades. Price above the 200 and 600, bullish momentum, wait for a pullback below the pack, find the most recent resistance, the swing high before the pullback. When price breaks above that pack and above that resistance, you've got your long trigger. A stop loss below the recent swing low or EMA lines. Same risk management, same logic, just fill it. This is the part everyone misses. The no trade zone. When price is inside the pack and chopping between the EMAs, we do nothing. That's where liquidity traps live. That's where market manipulation happens. That's where retails get stopped out over and over again. Professionals don't trade that zone. They wait. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Happy trading.